welcome to Bar Cart Bookshelf, a video series about books and the drinks they inspire. My name is Elias, and today we're talking about The Hidden Palace by Helene Wecker. The Hidden Palace is the long-awaited and largely standalone sequel to Wecker's first novel, The Golem and the Jinni, originally published in 2013, which was when I read book one, and I was pleased to discover that coming here to this sequel, I didn't feel lost. And so it really captured the ability to stand on its own. It is, by turns, an epic and an intimate story, taking place over the course of 15 years, but really still very tightly focused on the journey of these two characters, Chava and Ahmad, the titular Golem and Jinni from the first book, and their journey as immigrants to America, as these sort of folkloric creatures who are trying to find their place in a human world and in a world where they exist as part of immigrant communities in this turn-of-the-century New York. And they really spend a wonderful amount of time digging into what they want as individuals and who they are to each other and what it means to be outsiders, even as you exist within a community that is already in some ways outside the sort of hegemonic norm, as these immigrant communities are, these sort of tight, insular, early 20th century communities in the city. And it was just a really wonderful novel. It was comforting and thoughtful and very gentle, even as things become difficult for the characters. A nice novel that sort of wraps itself around you in this cooler part of the year. And when I was thinking about the drink, I really wanted to focus in on those homey sorts of moments, those moments that feel so familiar. And so I keyed into, there's one scene that I just gravitated towards like a magnet. About a third of the way through the novel, Chava decides that she needs a change in her life, and she applies to a domestic sciences program at Columbia University to be a culinary teacher. And as part of her interview, she talks about making a coffee cake as the first thing that she did in the baking world before she went on to work in a Jewish bakery. And the idea of this coffee cake was just so inviting to me. It really captured my attention and captured my imagination for the rest of the book, as a way of understanding who Chava is and the feeling that the book left with me of somebody who is eager to please, as somebody who works with baked goods and with this world of hospitality. So we wanted to make a coffee cake inspired cocktail for today, and let's get going on that. Our drink, Chava's coffee cake, is a coffee cake in a glass. And we're going to start with a technique that we haven't used on this channel before, which is rimming a cocktail glass. One of my favorite things about coffee cakes is that cinnamon streusel topping that you get on that top, that little bit of crunch. And so what you're going to want to do is take a damp paper towel and run that along the edge of your cocktail glass. Just get it a little bit wet so that when we dip it into our dish of cinnamon sugar here, it'll pick up some of that. Yeah, you just want to run that around sort of very gently up on top and then on the sides a little bit until you have, don't want any extras, a very nice rimmed glass there. And you can see we've got that cinnamon sugar right around there. Wonderful. We'll set that aside while we build our cocktail in our shaker. We're going to start with our base spirit. This is the Blackstrap rum from Cruisin'. We've used it as an accent note in the past, but here it's really going to come to the fore. It's got a nice sort of baked goods quality, chocolate, molasses, that really dark rum, my favorite for fall and winter, a nice warming sort of spirit. And then we're going to get 1/4 of an ounce of coffee liqueur in there. Now, coffee liqueur or coffee are not typically ingredients in a coffee cake, but I like the way that it brings this sort of notion of a coffee cake all together. And when I'm making my own coffee cakes, I do like to splash a little tablespoon or so of coffee into the batter. We're going to get a couple of dashes of cardamom bitters in there. It's in that aromatic family of baking spice notes, but a little bit lighter, and as a good portion of the novel takes part in the Near East, around the city of Palmyra and Damascus in Syria, I want to bring some of those flavors in as well. So nice small batch bitters, the Bitter Housewife, one of my favorites, definitely my favorite, cardamom bitters, and we're going to get just a few dashes in there. So you can see I've used this bottle a lot. One of the first bottles of bitters that I've basically already run out of, which is a rare thing when it comes to bitters, because you're using them only in dashes. And finally, we're going to add a 1/2 ounce of vanilla syrup, bring that sort of cake-like confectionery flavor in there. Oh, that smells so wonderful. And I guess that wasn't quite finally, because we do have some cream as well. Really rich for fall and winter. Nice sort of dessert cocktail. We're going to get a full 1.5 ounces of the cream in there. And then we'll add our ice. Get that going. Wonderful. So we can, ice on the move, so that we can shake it up, wake it up. And wonderful. One more cube. Beautiful. Cap that with the big tin, seal it with the flat of your hand, and shake it on up. There we go. That nice and frothy and frosty, but we are going to want to double shake that as well. Get the reverse dry shake, one of our favorite techniques here at Bar Cart Bookshelf. So we're going to strain our cocktail back into the small tin. Get every last drop. And then we're going to discard the ice we were using. Let's get that back into the ice bin. Wonderful. Get our strainer up top. And then you'll seal again. And shake. You want to shake for about 30 or so seconds, maybe a little bit less, but you really want that to be nice and frothy and foamy, to really let that cream almost whip itself and develop that nice, sort of rich, airy quality. Wonderful. And that's good. You will feel this in your forearms as you go along. Then you'll give that a tap again. Oh yeah, we've got the froth and the foam. And we will strain into our cocktail glass. Lovely. Ooh. Beautiful. Rich, sort of creamy brown color, like a coffee cake. It smells wonderful. You've got the texture of the cinnamon sugar on the rim. And there you have it. Chava's coffee cake, a dessert cocktail inspired by The Hidden Palace by Helene Wecker. The book is available now. Got a link down below to snag it yourself. as well as links to tools and ingredients, as well as a link to written version of the recipe. A lot of links, but that makes it easy for everyone. Try the drink. Let me know what you think. Remember to like and subscribe, because we've got new videos coming every week. And until next time, cheers.